At family dinner, my sister boasted about her expensive purchases. "I also bought a car," she said, and parents said, "You're the best." So I stood up and shocked everyone when I said. Ashley was glowing. She sat at the head of the table like she owned the place, waving her hands as she talked about her latest purchases. A new designer bag. A luxury spa membership. Some expensive perfume she just had to get. "And I bought a car, too," she added casually, like it was nothing. Mom gasped, eyes wide. "A car? Ashley, that's amazing." Dad grinned. "We're so proud of you. It's great to see you doing so well for yourself." I sat there staring at my plate, my grip on my fork tightening. Ashley looked over at me, grinning like she had won something. I felt my stomach turn. For over a year, she had come to me privately to tell me she was drowning financially. She'd call, her voice shaking, saying she could barely keep up with the rent, that she had no money left for food. She didn't know what to do. "I don't want to ask Mom and Dad," she had said. "They already do so much. And I don't want them to worry about me. You're the only person I can trust with this, Kevin." She made me promise not to tell them. She framed it as a bond between us, a brother and sister thing. She was in trouble, and I was the only one who could help her. So I did. Every month I sent her $900 for rent. Another $200, sometimes $400 for food. I didn't make much myself, but I worked hard. I had my own rent to pay, a car that broke down every other month, and hardly any savings because of all the help I gave her. And here she was, bragging about a brand new car. I took a slow breath and tried to control myself. Maybe there was an explanation. Maybe she had come into some money recently. Then Mom said something that made my whole body go cold. "Well, that business loan we gave you must have really helped." I looked up. "Business loan?" Mom nodded, smiling proudly. "We gave Ashley some money to start her business. We told her she could pay us back when she could, but we wanted to help her get on her feet." I felt my heart begin to pound. Ashley told me she wasn't getting any help from them. That she was on her own. She made it sound like she had no other option but me. But they had given her money. A lot of it, from the way they talked. So why did she need mine? And if she was so financially desperate, how could she afford all this? I looked at her again. The designer clothes. The new jewelry. The way she carried herself, like someone who had never struggled a day in her life. A terrible realization began to creep in. I had paid her rent, so where exactly had she been living? Mom and Dad had given her money to start a business, but she was spending like she had no financial worries. None of it added up. I put down my fork. My appetite was gone. Ashley was still smiling, still basking in the praise, her eyes flicking to mine as if she knew I was stewing. I took a breath, pushed my chair back, and stood. "So, Ashley," I said, keeping my voice even, "where exactly do you live?" The room fell completely silent. Ashley's smile twitched. "What?" I didn't sit down. "You told me you were struggling. That you couldn't afford the rent. You made me promise not to tell Mom and Dad because you didn't want them to know how bad things were for you. But they gave you money too. And now you're out here buying a car?" Mom's eyebrows knitted together. "Ashley, you told Kevin you weren't getting any help?" Dad's face darkened. "We gave you enough to live on, Ashley. If you were struggling, why didn't you say something?" Ashley's fingers tightened around her wine glass. "It's not like that," she began. But I wasn't done. "You were so broke that you needed $900 a month from me?" I said. "But you had enough money to buy a car? To buy designer bags? To go to spas? I worked my ass off to pay my own bills, and I still sent you everything I could. So tell me, Ashley, where did my money go?" She didn't answer. Mom and Dad looked at her, waiting. Her throat bobbed. She looked like she was trying to find a way out. Then I said the thing that really made them panic. "What about your boyfriend?" I asked. Her whole face changed. And just like that, the night took a turn that no one saw coming. Ashley's face lost all color. For the first time that night, she looked genuinely nervous. Mom looked at Dad, confused. Boyfriend? Ashley, what is he talking about? Ashley forced a laugh. What? I don't know what Kevin is trying dash. I didn't let her finish. You never told them about him, did you? I said. I always thought it was weird that Mom and Dad never mentioned him. But now I get it. They didn't want them to know because if they did, they'd start asking questions. Questions like, where do you really live? Mom sat up straighter. Ashley, do you have a boyfriend? Ashley looked around the table, her breathing uneven. He's not important, she mumbled. Dad frowned. If you were living with someone, why were you taking money from Kevin? Ashley's lips parted, but nothing came out. I crossed my arms. Yes, Ashley. Why did you take my money if you've been living rent-free with some guy all this time? Mom gasped. Dad's expression hardened. You've been living with a man? Ashley's jaw clenched. Then she snapped. So what? Her voice cut through the air like a slap. The entire table fell into stunned silence. Ashley pushed her plate away, her eyes blazing. Yes, I have a boyfriend. And yes, I live with him. But that doesn't mean I don't have expenses. You don't know what it's like, Kevin. You act like I stole from you, but I never forced you to send me money. I let out a sharp breath. Are you seriously trying to make me the bad guy? Ashley shook her head and scowled. You don't get it. You never get it. Dad rubbed his temples now. Ashley, do your actual expenses include designer bags and a new car? Ashley crossed her arms. I needed the car. Mom looked completely lost. Ashley, we gave you money to start a business. We trusted you. And Kevin, he struggled himself while he helped you. How could you lie to us like this? Ashley groaned. I didn't lie. Dad slammed his hand down on the table. You told Kevin that we didn't help you. That's a lie. Mom's voice was barely above a whisper. Ashley, was there even a deal? For the first time all night, Ashley didn't have an answer. That's when Dad really lost it. Are you trying to tell me that we gave you thousands of dollars for a fake business while you blew Kevin's hard-earned money on yourself? Ashley winced. I shook my head. Not just my money, Dad. You should ask her boyfriend how much she got from him, too. Ashley's head snapped in my direction. Kevin, shut up! Too late. Mom turned to Dad. We have to call that boyfriend. Ashley shot out of her chair. No. Mom ignored her, already reaching for her phone. What's his name? Ashley hesitated. Dad's voice was like steel. Ashley. She swallowed. Ryan. Mom's fingers flew across her screen, calling him. Ashley looked terrified. And then, after 2 rings, Ryan picked up. Mom put him on speaker. Hey, babe. Ryan's voice came through the phone. What's up? Mom wasted no time. Ryan, this is Ashley's mom. We're having dinner and I wanted to ask you something. There was a pause. Then Ryan chuckled. Oh. Hey, Mrs. Turner. Sure, what's up? Mom looked right at Ashley. Ashley told us that she's been having financial problems. That she couldn't afford the rent. That she needed money. But she's been living with you, hasn't she? Ryan's reaction was immediate. Wait, what? I could actually see Ashley breaking down inside. Mom continued. She told Kevin she needed money every month just to keep a roof over her head. Kevin sent her almost $1,000 a month. On top of that, we gave her money to start a business that she didn't even tell you about. And now she's sitting here bragging about her new car. There was silence. Then Ryan spoke. Wait, she told you she was paying rent? Ashley's hands balled into fists. Ryan, don't dash. But Ryan continued. Because, I covered everything. I swear you could hear a pin drop at that moment. Ryan exhaled sharply. She never paid a cent for rent. Or utilities. Or anything, really. Ashley slammed her hands down on the table. Ryan, stop! But Ryan wasn't done. I even paid for her shopping trips because she told me she was struggling and needed something to make her feel better. Dad's face turned red. Mom looked sick. I just shook my head. Ryan let out a bitter laugh. Jesus, Ashley. Who else did you get money from? Ashley didn't answer. Ryan exhaled. I have to think about this. I'll call you later. The line went dead. Ashley's whole body shook. And then, in front of all of us, she burst into tears. Ashley sat there crying, her hands covering her face as if to hide from what was happening. But no one at that table felt sorry for her. Not after what we had just learned. Dad leaned forward, his voice deep and sharp. Ashley, I want the truth. All of it. Right now. Ashley sniffled and wiped her eyes. She looked at Mom, then at me, then back at Dad. Her lips quivered, but she didn't speak. Dad's patience was wearing thin. You took $10,000 from us for a business that never existed. And now I find out you lied to Kevin and stole his money while living off Ryan? Ashley winced at the word. Stealing. Mom's voice was soft but firm. We want our money back, Ashley. Ashley's head shot up. What? Dad crossed his arms. Every damn cent. Ashley blinked quickly, as if she had just been slapped. I don't have it. I scoffed. Of course you don't. You blew it on shopping, spas, and a brand new car. Ashley shook her head. I needed that stuff. You don't understand. I was stressed. Sell the car, I said. Ashley's mouth dropped open. I leaned forward. You bought it for what, $6,000? Sell it. Right now. Ashley let out a weak, breathy laugh. Are you serious? Dad didn't laugh. Yes. If you have any decency left, you'll sell the car and start paying us back. Ashley looked between us as if hoping someone would take her side. No one did. Her voice was rising now, desperate. But I need a car. How am I going to get around? I shrugged. Take the bus. Like I did when my car broke down because I couldn't afford to fix it because I was too busy sending you money. Ashley pressed her lips together. Mom sighed and rubbed her temples. I can't believe you did this, Ashley. You betrayed your own brother, the one person who had your back when you didn't deserve it. Ashley's eyes were red, her face blotchy from crying. I didn't mean to dash. Dad cut her off. We're done with excuses. Sell the car. Get the money back. We want our $10,000. And Kevin gets his money back first, before us. Ashley's shoulders slumped. Mom tilted her head. Unless, of course, you'd rather we take this to court? Ashley's head snapped up. What? Dad didn't blink. It's our money, Ashley. You didn't borrow it, you took it under false pretenses. We could press charges. Ashley looked truly horrified now. Mom, Dad, you wouldn't. Mom just stared at her. And then she realized that they absolutely would. Ashley took a shaky breath. Fine. I'll sell the car. I didn't thank her. She wasn't doing me a favor. Dad nodded. And you'll pay us back. Every cent. Ashley looked unhappy, but she nodded. Then Mom asked the question that really set her off. Does Ryan know how much money you stole from us? Ashley flinched. No, she mumbled. Mom nodded. He will soon. Ashley's head shot up. No. Please. If you tell him, he'll. She cut herself off, panic flashing across her face. I narrowed my eyes. He'll what, Ashley? Ashley shook her head quickly. Nothing. Just please don't tell him. I promise I'll sell the car, I'll pay you back, just don't tell him. Dad stared at her. Why? What are you afraid of? Ashley swallowed hard. Nothing. It's just, he wouldn't understand. But I didn't buy it. And I had a feeling that Ryan was about to learn a lot more about Ashley than she ever wanted him to. Ashley was spiraling. She was desperate, babbling about how she would sell the car, pay us back, make things right, just please don't tell Ryan. Which only made me want to tell him more. I leaned back in my chair. Why are you so afraid Ryan will find out? Ashley tensed. I told you he wouldn't understand. Dad wasn't having it. He deserves to know, Ashley. You lived off him, you took money from Kevin, and you wasted our money. He should know what kind of person he's with. Ashley looked cornered. She gripped the edge of the table as if she were going to collapse. Then suddenly she snapped. Fine, she yelled. You want to know why? We all waited. Ashley took a shaky breath. Because Ryan gave me money too. A heavy silence fell over the room. Mom's mouth parted. More money? Ashley nodded and wiped her face. I told him I had student loans I couldn't keep up with. He helped me with that. Sent me money every month. I let out a short, bitter laugh. You don't have student loans, Ashley. Her face turned even redder. Dad stared at her like he barely recognized her. So let me get this straight. You took our money for a fake business. You took Kevin's money for fake rent. And taking Ryan's money for fake loans? Ashley let out a weak, pathetic, I can explain. I shook my head. No. You really can't. And then Mom did what Ashley prayed she wouldn't. She picked up the phone and called Ryan. Ashley jumped across the table. Mom, stop dash! Mom held up a hand. Sit down. Ashley actually listened. Ryan answered on the third ring. Hello? Mom put him on speaker. Ryan, it's Ashley's mom again. I need to ask you something important. Ryan sounded cautious. Okay? Mom's voice was sharp. How much money did you send Ashley? A pause. Then Ryan exhaled. A lot. Like, over 10 grand by now, I think? Ashley made a small, choke sound. Mom nodded, as if she'd expected it. She told you it was for student loans, right? Ryan hesitated. Yeah, wait. What do you mean she told me? Dad cut in, his voice cold. Ryan, Ashley doesn't have student loans. Silence. Then Ryan's voice fell. Are you kidding me? Ashley buried her face in her hands. Ryan was silent for a few seconds. Then he laughed. A cold, humorless laugh. Wow. Wow, okay. You know what? This actually makes sense. I had a weird feeling about her money situation for a while, but I trusted her. Mom sighed. I know this is a lot, Ryan, but we thought you deserved to know the truth. Ryan took a deep breath. Yeah, I appreciate it. And, Ashley? Ashley looked like she was going to be sick. Yeah? Ryan's voice was icy. We're done. Ashley choked on a breath. No, wait, Ryan, please. Don't. His voice was sharp. You lied to me for years. You made me pay for everything while you betrayed your own family. I'm done. I want all my money back, Ashley. Every penny. Ashley shook her head violently. I don't have it. Ryan let out another cold laugh. Then you'd better find out. Or I'll take you to court. Ashley began to sob. Please, Ryan, I dash. Click. He had hung up. Ashley collapsed in her seat, shaking. Dad leaned back. Well, that solves that problem. But I wasn't done. Sell the car. Give me my money first. Then Mom and Dad. Then Ryan. Ashley barely looked up. Kevin, please. I crossed my arms. No. You used me. You lied to me. You made me struggle while you went shopping and lived like a queen. I don't owe you a damn thing. Ashley let out a choked sob. Dad sighed. We're done here. Get the money back, Ashley. Or we'll take legal action as well. Mom stood up. You should go. Now. Ashley stared at us all, realizing she had lost. Completely. Then, without another word, she got up and left. None of us stopped her. For 2 weeks, Ashley avoided everyone. No calls, no texts, nothing. I didn't care. Neither did my parents. Ryan definitely didn't. We had given her a deadline: sell the car, get the money, and start paying everyone back or face legal action. Then, out of nowhere, she showed up at Mom and Dad's house, looking pale and exhausted. She had dark circles under her eyes, as if she hadn't slept in days. She sat down at the kitchen table and looked at us all like a scolded child. "I sold the car," she muttered. Mom raised an eyebrow. "How much did you get?" Ashley swallowed. $5,000. I tried to get 6, but no one would pay that much. I didn't respond. "Good. Give me my share first." Ashley hesitated, then pulled out an envelope and slid it across the table. I opened it. $3,000 in cash. I stared at it. It wasn't all she owed me, but it was a start. Ashley's voice was small. "I'll send you the rest in payments. I swear." I didn't thank her. I just nodded. Mom and Dad got their share next. $2000. Dad made it very clear that if she missed a single payment after that, they would take her to court. Ashley just nodded, too exhausted to argue. Then, out of nowhere, Mom said something that took us all by surprise. "What about Grandma?" Ashley's head snapped up. Dad's jaw clenched. "Yes, Ashley. We talked to her last week. Imagine our surprise when we found out you were taking money from her, too." Ashley's entire body stiffened. I was stunned. "Grandma?" Mom nodded. "Ashley told her she needed help with medical bills. That she was sick." I stared at Ashley in disgust. "Are you kidding me?" Ashley's eyes filled with tears. "I didn't mean to." Dad cut her off. "No. No more excuses. Grandma's on a fixed income. She gave you over $2,000 because she thought you needed it. You are going to pay her back today." Ashley let out a shaky breath. Then she pulled out her phone, opened her banking app, and sent Grandma the money right there at the table. Mom called Grandma on speaker. "Did you get it?" A pause. Then Grandma's sweet voice came through. "Yes, honey, I did." Mom exhaled. "Good. Ashley has something to tell you." Ashley looked like she'd rather die, but she picked up the phone. "Grandma, I'm sorry." Grandma was silent for a second. Then she just said, "I hope you are, dear," and hung up. Ashley put the phone down, looking completely exhausted. "I have nothing left," she whispered. Ryan's money was still owed. My money wasn't paid back in full. Mom and Dad were expecting monthly payments. Ashley was flat broke. But none of us cared. Dad leaned back in his chair. "I hope you learned something from this, Ashley." Ashley didn't answer. Mom crossed her arms. "We're done trusting you. We're done helping you. You're on your own now." I stood up and grabbed my money. "And don't ever ask me for help again." Ashley looked at me, her eyes shining, but I walked right past her. She had used me. Used all of us. But now she had nothing left. And for the first time in her life, Ashley would have to deal with her own mess without anyone to bail her out.